Walmart has thousands of products competing for your attention. But according to what's happening on store shelves right now, a handful of items are disappearing much faster than the rest. And the surprising part? Some of the best finds aren't sitting behind flashy signs or massive clearance banners. They're hiding in plain sight. And shoppers who know what to look for are grabbing them before everyone else catches on. Today, we're counting down 13 Walmart finds that may actually deserve a spot in your cart, including viral kitchen gadgets, surprisingly affordable home upgrades, and products that compete with alternatives costing significantly more. But don't rush to checkout just yet, because after those 13 finds, I'll also show you 4 Walmart products. Number 1. Ozark Trail 40 Oz Tumbler. If you've been tempted by those oversized, insulated tumblers constantly appearing on social media, Walmart has an alternative that could make spending big on one feel unnecessary. The Ozark Trail 40-ounce tumbler comes in at around $14.98, putting it far below many of the trendy premium options. But the low price isn't the most interesting part. Its double-wall stainless steel construction uses vacuum insulation to slow heat transfer, helping cold drinks stay cold for hours while keeping condensation off the outside. That means you can fill it with ice water before leaving home and still have a refreshingly cold drink later in the day. You also get a convenient lid with an easy drinking opening, a large capacity for long drives or work days, and a durable exterior that feels considerably more substantial than a basic plastic cup. And Walmart has continued adding colors that make it look far more expensive than its price suggests. For someone who carries Number 2. Ninja Blender Duo. There's nothing more frustrating than buying a blender that sounds powerful, only to watch it struggle the moment you throw in frozen fruit or a handful of ice. That's where the Ninja Blender Duo Sound 200 Watt starts to stand out. According to the original script, this blender was listed at $199 and marked down to $110, giving shoppers an $80 price drop. The biggest advantage is its 1,200-watt motor. It has enough power to handle frozen fruit, ice cubes, nuts, smoothies, cake batter, and other everyday recipes without constantly stopping to stir everything by hand. Its stacked blade design also helps pull ingredients through the pitcher instead of leaving chunks floating near the top, one of the biggest annoyances with weaker blenders. For a busy morning, that matters. You can throw in frozen berries, ice, yogurt, and protein powder and have a smooth drink ready in roughly half a minute instead of fighting with ingredients that refuse to blend. The pitcher also includes clear measurement markings, making it easier to follow recipes without grabbing another measuring cup. Now, there is one reason you might consider waiting. Walmart often runs promotions around major shopping periods, so an even better deal could potentially appear later. But based on the price given in the original script, dropping from $100. Number 3. Magic Bullet 4-piece mini blender set. Not everyone needs a giant blender taking up half the kitchen counter. Sometimes, you just want something small, fast, and simple enough to make one smoothie without creating a sink full of dishes. That's exactly where the Magic Bullet 4-piece mini blender set makes sense. At just $20.96 in the original script, this compact little machine can handle smoothies, protein shakes, blended coffee drinks, and even quick sauces without requiring the space of a full-size blender. And speed is one of its biggest advantages. For basic recipes, the fast spinning motor can get the job done in roughly 15 to 20 seconds. But here's the feature that makes it especially convenient. You can blend directly inside the included cup, screw on the lid, and take your drink with you. No extra glass, no unnecessary pouring, and most importantly, fewer dishes waiting in the sink afterward. If you live alone, cook for 2, or simply want something dedicated to your morning smoothie, buying a huge, high-powered blender can feel like overkill. The Magic Bullet takes the opposite approach. It's compact enough to disappear into a cabinet when you're finished, simple enough to use every morning, and inexpensive enough that you don't have to treat it like a major kitchen investment. And at under $21, according to the original script, that combination of convenience and price is exactly what makes this little blend. Number 4. Beautiful by Drew Barrymore Touchscreen Toaster Oven. Some kitchen appliances work perfectly fine, but look like something you'd rather hide in a cabinet. This one is different. The Beautiful by Drew Barrymore Touchscreen Toaster Oven combines the kind of modern design you'd expect from a much more expensive appliance with a price of just $69 in the original script. Instead of old-fashioned knobs and buttons that can collect grease and dust, you get a smooth touchscreen control panel that gives the entire oven a cleaner, more premium appearance. But this isn't just about looks. Inside, There's enough room for something as substantial as a small whole chicken or a medium cookie tray, making it useful for far more than simply reheating toast. You also get separate settings for baking, reheating, broiling, and defrosting, so you don't have to constantly guess the right temperature and cooking time. And one of its biggest strengths is even heating. With heating elements positioned across the top and bottom, food cooks more consistently, reducing those annoying situations where one side looks perfect while another comes out overdone. The glass door also lets you check your food without opening the oven and releasing all that heat. According to the original script, comparable premium touchscreen toaster ovens can reach 200 or more. So at $69, you're getting something that can make your countertop look significant. Number 5. Lange Duo 360 Airflow Styler. Spending hundreds of dollars on a hair styling tool can be hard to justify, especially when a much cheaper alternative promises many of the same everyday results. That's what makes the Lange Duo 360 Airflow Styler such an interesting Walmart find. According to the original script, it's positioned as an alternative to premium styling tools that can cost nearly $400, while this option comes in at around $40.78. And the biggest difference from a traditional curling iron is how it styles your hair. Instead of relying only on intense direct heat and clamping your hair against a hot surface, the Duo 360 uses heated airflow around the styling barrel. That airflow helps create curls and waves while potentially reducing the amount of direct heat your hair experiences. For anyone who styles frequently, especially people with thinner, colored, or already heat-treated hair, that could be a major reason to consider it. You can use it for different looks, from defined curls and loose waves to adding extra volume before heading out the door. It's also relatively lightweight, which matters more than you might think when you're holding a styling tool above your head for several minutes. Now, will it perfectly duplicate a premium tool costing several $100s? Probably not. But that's not really the point. When the price difference is potentially hundreds of dollars, you don't need identical Number 6. OnCloud Nova exclusive colorway. Some Walmart deals are interesting because they're cheap. Others stand out because you may have a hard time finding the exact same version anywhere else. That's what makes the OnCloud Nova exclusive colorways worth paying attention to. According to the original script, select Walmart exclusive colors were priced at around $109 compared with roughly $160 for standard versions elsewhere, a difference of about 41. But this isn't simply about getting a different color. The shoe keeps the lightweight construction and cushioned sole that make the Cloud Nova appealing for people who spend hours on their feet. Whether you're walking through a massive store, traveling, working a long shift, or simply running errands all day, good cushioning can make a noticeable difference by the time evening rolls around. The original script also highlights the heel cushioning, designed to help spread out impact rather than leaving your heel absorbing every step. And unlike some performance shoes that look completely out of place anywhere except the gym, the Cloud Nova has a clean enough design to work with casual outfits, travel clothes, or even relaxed office wear. But here's where this Walmart find gets especially interesting. Certain colorways mentioned in the script are exclusive, meaning shoppers looking for that particular combination may not be able to simply order the same version somewhere else. So you're potentially getting a harder-to-find style while paying less than the standard. Number 7. Beautiful by Drew Barrymore Teddy Boucle Swivel Chair. Furniture that looks like it belongs in a high-end design showroom usually comes with one problem: the price tag. But the Beautiful by Drew Barrymore Teddy Boucle Swivel Chair is one Walmart find that delivers that expensive look for considerably less. According to the original script, this chair is priced at around $298, and its popularity quickly spread across Pinterest and TikTok as shoppers discovered how premium it looked compared with its price. The first thing that grabs your attention is the soft boucle upholstery. It has that warm, textured finish that has become incredibly popular in modern living rooms, the kind of material you normally see on designer furniture costing several times more. But the chair isn't relying on appearance alone. Underneath, the original script highlights a metal swivel base, rather than the cheaper plastics mechanisms sometimes found on furniture in this price range. That helps the chair rotate smoothly while giving the overall construction a sturdier feel. Then there's comfort. The tall backrest and thick cushioning make it a great spot for reading, watching television, or simply relaxing at the end of the day. And despite its oversized, cozy appearance, it's still manageable enough to work in smaller living rooms, bedrooms, or reading corners without completely overwhelming the space. That combination is exactly what makes this chair interesting. You're getting the designer-inspired boucle look. Number 8. Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo. If your hair has been through years of coloring, bleaching, straightening, or constant heat styling, sometimes an ordinary shampoo simply isn't what you're looking for. That's where Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo enters the picture. According to the original script, Walmart has it for around $30, putting it in a completely different category from the typical bargain shampoo. But there's a reason shoppers are willing to pay more. This formula is designed around bond maintenance, targeting hair that has been stressed by chemical treatments and repeated heat styling. And unlike shampoos that mainly focus on creating a huge amount of lather and giving you that immediate, squeaky clean feeling, this one is positioned as more of a long-term hair care product. The original script notes that the difference may become more noticeable after several weeks of consistent use, rather than after a single wash. For dry, thin, gray, colored, or frequently styled hair, the goal is softer feeling strands, easier combing, less visible breakage and split ends, and better maintenance of color-treated hair. Yes, $30 for shampoo sounds expensive when you're standing next to bottles costing $5 or $10. But there's another factor to consider. You typically don't need a... Number 9. ON. Smart security camera with AI. A home security system can easily become expensive once you add cameras, installation, subscriptions, and monthly storage fees. But according to the original script, Walmart's ON, Smart security camera with AI, comes in at just $39, making basic home monitoring far more accessible. The camera delivers clear video and can send automatic alerts when unusual movement is detected around your home. But the feature that makes it especially interesting is the AI-assisted monitoring described in the original script. Rather than treating every movement exactly the same, the system is designed to recognize familiar patterns over time. For example, if the same vehicle regularly enters or leaves at a certain time, the camera may learn that activity, instead of constantly bombarding you with unnecessary notifications. That could make everyday monitoring considerably less annoying than a basic motion detector that alerts you every time something moves. Setup is another major advantage. The script describes the camera as relatively simple to connect through your smartphone, meaning you don't necessarily need to pay someone to install an elaborate security system. And this could be particularly useful for families who want a simple way to monitor a property remotely. Nighttime visibility is another area highlighted in the original script, with improved low-light footage compared with older budget cameras that could become blurry or nearly useless once the sun went down. Of course, Number 10. Chefman Extra Large Waffle Maker. You don't need to spend $15 at a restaurant every time you're craving thick golden waffles. According to the original script, the Chefman Extra Large Waffle Maker costs just $24.98 at Walmart, and it's designed to bring that restaurant-style breakfast experience straight into your kitchen. What separates this model from a basic waffle maker is the deeper cooking grid. It holds more batter with each pour, helping create waffles that are thicker and fluffier on the inside while developing those crispy, golden edges people usually associate with hotel breakfast buffets. And you don't have to keep opening the lid every 30 seconds wondering whether breakfast is ready. The built-in indicator light lets you know when the waffle is done, reducing the chance of lifting the lid too early and tearing apart an undercooked waffle. Cleanup is also surprisingly simple. The non-stick cooking surface is designed to release waffles easily and wipe down quickly afterward. An important detail if this is something you plan to use regularly, instead of letting it collect dust in a cabinet. And if you have kids or grandkids visiting on the weekend, this is the kind of inexpensive appliance that can turn an ordinary Saturday morning into something everyone looks forward to. At under $25, according to the script, you don't need to use it every day for it to feel worthwhile. Make breakfast at home a few times instead of eating out, and the machine could practically pay for it. Number 11. Gourmia 5-quart Digital Air Fryer. Eating healthier sounds simple until you realize how much time traditional cooking can take. That's why the Gourmia 5-quart Digital Air Fryer stands out as one of the more practical kitchen finds in the original Walmart list. At around $49, you're getting a digital air fryer large enough to prepare a meal for roughly 3 to 4 people in a single batch, and that 5-quart capacity matters. Smaller air fryers can force you to cook dinner in multiple rounds. By the time the second batch is finished, the first one is already getting cold. With this Gourmia, there's considerably more room for chicken, potatoes, fish, vegetables, and other everyday foods. The digital display also keeps things simple. Built-in presets for common foods mean you can select the appropriate program without constantly guessing the temperature or cooking time. Put your food in, choose the setting, and let the machine handle most of the work. But convenience doesn't stop when dinner is finished. The removable non-stick basket is dishwasher safe, according to the original script, eliminating one of the biggest annoyances associated with countertop cooking appliances: scrubbing grease out of awkward corners. And because an air fryer can create that crispy texture using less oil than traditional deep frying, it can also make lighter everyday meals much easier to prepare. At $49, this isn't some expensive kitchen upgrade you have to think about for weeks. For a household that would actually use it several times per week, it could quickly become one of the hardest working appliances on the countertop. But number 12 is completely different. You don't cook with it. You don't plug it in. You simply climb underneath it at night. And number 12, Mainstays 12LB weighted blanket. Sometimes the best Walmart finds aren't flashy gadgets or trendy kitchen appliances. They're simple products that can make the end of a long day feel a little more comfortable. According to the original script, the Mainstays 12LB weighted blanket costs around $34 and is designed to distribute gentle pressure evenly across the body. The idea is to create that cozy, wrapped-up feeling many people enjoy when settling into bed or relaxing on the couch. But one of the biggest problems with inexpensive weighted blankets is how they're constructed. Some trap too much heat, while others allow the weighted filling to slide toward one side, leaving you constantly pulling and repositioning the blanket. The Mainstays version addresses that with small individual pockets that keep the weighted filling distributed more evenly, according to the original script. The outer material is also described as soft and comfortable without feeling excessively warm. At 12 pounds, this isn't an ultra-heavy blanket that's difficult to move around. It provides noticeable weight while remaining manageable when you're changing sleeping positions or moving it from the bed to the couch. Another practical advantage? It's machine washable. That makes regular cleaning considerably easier than with weighted blankets, requiring special care or professional cleaning. At around $34, you're getting a relatively affordable way to try a weighted blanket without committing to some of the premium alternatives that can cost significantly more. And number 13, Beautiful by Drew Barrymore 1.7L electric kettle. At first glance, an electric kettle seems like one of the simplest appliances in your kitchen. Add water, push a button, wait for it to boil. But the Beautiful by Drew Barrymore 1.7L electric kettle adds one feature that can make a surprisingly big difference: multiple temperature settings. According to the original script, this model costs around $39 and allows you to choose different water temperatures for drinks, like green tea, black tea, pour-over coffee, or even situations where you want warm water without bringing it to a full boil. That matters because not every drink is best prepared with boiling water. Instead of heating everything to the maximum temperature and waiting for it to cool, you can select a more appropriate setting from the beginning. And with a 1.7-liter capacity, one full kettle can provide roughly 6 to 7 medium cups, according to the script. That's especially convenient when several people want coffee or tea at the same time. It also features automatic shutoff once the selected temperature is reached, so you're not standing beside the kettle waiting to switch it off. Then there's the design. Like other appliances in the Beautiful collection, this kettle uses a minimalist shape and soft colors that make it feel more like part of the kitchen decor than something you immediately want to hide after using. At around $30, it's certainly possible to find a cheaper kettle, but you're paying for more than the ability to simply boil water. You're getting temperature control, a large 1.7-liter capacity, automatic shutoff, and a premium-looking design in an appliance you could potentially use every morning. And that completes the 13 Walmart finds worth considering from the original script. But don't head to checkout yet, because the original script ends with 4 products to avoid. And number 14 involves something many shoppers buy specifically because it's cheap. The problem is that when you're dealing with electricity and lithium batteries, saving a few dollars may not always be the smartest trade-off. Number 14, avoid unbranded USB cables and portable chargers. A $5 charging cable or a 15 portable battery can look like an easy way to save money. But according to the original script, unbranded USB cables and portable chargers are one category where the lowest price may come with compromises you don't want to make. Let's start with the cables. The script warns that some inexpensive unbranded options may use thinner internal wiring, which can result in slower charging and reduced durability. Even when the outside still looks perfectly normal, repeated bending can eventually damage the wiring inside. But portable chargers deserve even more attention. The original script raises concerns about cheaper battery cells and reduced protection circuitry in some unbranded power banks, potentially increasing problems such as overheating or battery swelling over time. And this is where saving 10 suddenly stops looking like such a bargain. USB cable is connected directly to your phone, tablet, or other expensive electronics. A portable charger contains a lithium battery that you may carry in your bag, leave in your car, or use beside your bed. So this is one category where reliability matters more than getting the absolute lowest price. That doesn't mean every inexpensive charger is automatically bad. The warning in the original script is specifically about unknown, unbranded products, where quality and safety standards may be difficult to judge. Instead of choosing solely by price, look for a reputable manufacturer and appropriate safety certification for the product. Paying a little more upfront can make much more sense than replacing a failed charger or potentially damaging the device connected to it. And the next product to avoid looks completely harmless. In fact, at around 15 to 30, it can seem like one of the easiest ways to outfit an entire kitchen on a budget. But according to the original script, durability is where the deal begins to fall apart. Number 15, avoid Mainstays Basic Dinnerware Set. At first glance, the Mainstays Basic Dinnerware Set seems like exactly the kind of Walmart bargain you should grab without thinking twice. According to the original script, these sets can cost around $15 to $30, making them especially tempting if you're furnishing a new apartment, setting up a dorm, or simply replacing old dishes without spending much money. But there's one problem: durability. The original script points out that the glaze on some of these pieces can be relatively thin, meaning plates and bowls may chip more easily after repeated bumps against the sink, dishwasher, or other dishes. There can also be noticeable differences in thickness between pieces within the same set. And after months of regular dishwasher use, the surface may begin developing small scratches that make the dinnerware look older much faster than expected. So while that $15 or $20 price tag looks fantastic today, replacing chipped or heavily scratched dishes sooner than expected can erase those savings. For temporary use, however, the story is different. If you need an inexpensive set for a dorm room, temporary apartment, vacation property, or backup dishes, this could still get the job done. But if you're shopping for dinnerware you expect your family to use every day for several years, the original script recommends spending a little more on thicker stoneware rather than simply buying the cheapest set available. Because sometimes the better deal isn't the product with the lowest price at checkout. It's the product you don't have to replace a year later. And number 16 is another Walmart purchase where going cheap can quickly become frustrating. This time, we're talking about earbuds and headphones that may cost only $10 to $25. But according to the original script, poor sound isn't even the only problem. Number 16, avoid unbranded earbuds and headphones. A pair of earbuds for $10 to $25 can be incredibly tempting, especially when you just need a quick replacement. But according to the original script, unbranded earbuds and headphones are another category where buying the cheapest option can quickly become frustrating. The first problem is usually sound quality. The script explains that some inexpensive models use lower-cost speaker drivers that struggle to reproduce lower frequencies properly. The result can be thin audio, weak bass, and voices that don't sound as clear during music, audiobooks, or phone calls. Then there's comfort. Some budget headphones use hard plastic or poorly cushioned foam around the ears. That might not bother you for 5 minutes, but after an hour-long movie, video call, or podcast, the discomfort can become difficult to ignore. Durability can also be questionable. With wired models, repeated bending around the connector may eventually damage the internal wiring. And with cheap wireless earbuds, the original script warns that lower-cost Bluetooth components can sometimes lead to unstable connections after extended use. That means random disconnects, audio interruptions, or the frustrating experience of constantly reconnecting your earbuds. So while an unknown $10 pair might save money today, replacing it several months later doesn't feel like much of a bargain. If you regularly use headphones for music, audiobooks, movies, or calls with family, Spending slightly more on a recognizable brand can make sense simply for better sound, comfort, and reliability. Sometimes the smartest Walmart deal isn't about finding the cheapest possible product. It's about finding something inexpensive that you won't immediately want to replace. And now we're down to the final product to avoid. This one might be the most surprising because it comes from a familiar Walmart clothing brand, and with basics starting around $5, it can be incredibly tempting to fill your cart. But according to the original script, repeated washing may reveal why the price is so low. Number 17, avoid George Basic Apparel. When you see basic t-shirts, socks, and everyday clothing for only $5 to $15, it's easy to think, why not grab a few? But according to the original script, some George Basic Apparel may be better suited for temporary use than for building a wardrobe you expect to last. The biggest concern mentioned in the script is the fabric blend and long-term durability. Some pieces rely heavily on synthetic materials with relatively low cotton content. After repeated washing and drying, the fabric may shrink, while the original fit can begin losing its shape faster than expected. And darker colors can become another issue. Black, navy, and other deep shades may start looking faded after repeated washes, taking away that clean new appearance, even when the clothing itself is still wearable. Then there's the stitching. The original script notes that some pieces may have relatively loose stitching around areas like shoulder seams and sock cuffs, where repeated stretching and washing can eventually cause threads to come undone. Now that doesn't mean these clothes have no purpose. For inexpensive work clothes, backup shirts, pajamas, or temporary everyday wear, paying $5 to $15 could still make sense. But if you're looking for clothing you'll wear constantly for months or years, paying slightly more for better fabric and stronger construction could provide better value over time. Because buying 3 cheap shirts that wear out quickly isn't necessarily cheaper than buying 1 better shirt that lasts. And that brings us to the most important lesson from this entire list. Walmart can absolutely be one of the best places to stretch your budget, but only when you know the difference between cheap and genuinely good value. The first 13 products on today's list stood out because, according to the original script, they offered some combination of useful features, competitive pricing, convenience, or alternatives to significantly more expensive products. But the final 4 prove something equally important. A low price alone doesn't automatically make something a good deal. If a $10 product breaks and you have to buy it 3 times, that wasn't really a $10 purchase. It was a $30 mistake. So the next time you're walking through Walmart and something catches your eye because the price seems almost impossible to ignore, ask yourself one simple question. Am I buying this because it's genuinely good or just because it's cheap? That one question could save you more money than any clearance sticker in the store. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these Walmart finds would you actually put in your cart? And which one would you leave sitting on the shelf? Drop your pick in the comments below. And if you enjoy finding Walmart deals, hidden gems, and products that aren't worth wasting your money on, subscribe and stay tuned. Because the next Walmart bargain everyone is rushing to buy might not be the deal it